everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time watching me, welcome to my channel. My name is Alba and I post travel and lifestyle videos every week. If it is your first time watching me, I recommend that you go watch my introduction video which I posted 2 weeks ago. I will leave the link in the description for you to go check it out. Today I want to talk to you about the amazing city of London. London is the city where we currently live in, and I feel like this city is an amazing hub. It's one of the biggest cities of Europe. London hosts over 8 million people. A lot of them are not actually from the UK. There are people who live here from all around the world. But I want to talk to you about what does it actually feel like living in this city, because I think there is a lot of misconceptions and ideas that are not necessarily true about living in the city. So today I'm going to talk to you about life in London, and the topics I'm going to cover are going to be housing, transport and commuting, the multiculturalism in the city, and finally travel and leisure and going out in the city of London. So let's dive into it. Housing and accommodation in London is so damn expensive. So I feel like a lot of people, when they think about someone moving to London, they think, oh, you must be living an amazing life. And I'm not saying that's not true, that is definitely the case. But at the same time, a lot of people don't realize that moving to London means quite a big decline on your quality of life. And please note, I'm talking mainly about young people, because if you are moving to London, at a really high position in a company where you're getting an amazing salary, this probably won't affect you. But the majority of people, when they move from Europe to London, at the start, they have to decrease on their quality of life. What I mean is the places where they live. London rent is super, super expensive. So only a few people can afford to live in the city center, which means most people live in the outskirts and they have to commute into work. Commuting in London not only is expensive, but it's also a pain in the ass, because everyone commutes at the same time at 9 a.m. unless you have, not a 9-to-5 job and you work different hours. Of course, this depends. You can be lucky or do your research and have a really good commute to your work. But a lot of the times that's not the case, and people have to get into the tube at peak time, and it's cramped, and in summer it's sweaty or it's wet when it's raining. It's not great. I know a lot of people in London who commute for an hour or more just to get to work. That is more than 2 hours in one day in and out of London just to get to work and back to your house, which is a lot. I feel like this is not the case in a lot of other cities. But hey, I could be wrong. This is where I come from at home. People don't usually take more than half an hour to get to their destination. And even if they do, even if people live far away, they have a pretty easy way to get there. Like maybe they have an hour drive, but they can drive in their car. In London, like a really little amount of people own a car, because the insurance, and I think you have to pay fees to go into the center with your car, is super expensive, and then you would never find a parking spot. So what I'm trying to say is that most of the people have to get the tube and commute, and if you live really far away, you will have to commute over an hour to get to your office, which is not great. On the other hand, a really positive thing about London is that the transport links are incredible. I think no matter where you live, you will find a good route to get to the center and a good route to get to your office. Even I think the transport at night, if you have gone out for a late night and you want to get back home, is pretty easy. So that is an amazing thing about London. I think at the end of the day, you can choose to live anywhere you want in London and you will find a way to get to where you have to go. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is this stigma that a lot of people think, oh, you're gonna move to London and you're gonna drink tea and suddenly become super British. Actually, London is known for its multiculturalism, and as I said earlier, lots of people from around the world live in the city. Honestly, one of my favorite things about London, that you get to know different cultures, not just the British culture, and you get to meet people from all around the world. Going out. Something that relates to what I was saying earlier about people living far away from the center really resonates when you're trying to meet your friends and trying to meet with people. There is not many group of friends who all live in the same area. So one of the things that actually characterizes massively to the city of London, I have found, is that to meet up with someone, you need to plan it like you need to plan it weeks in advance, because people have plans, and like, you know, to get from A to B might take them 1 hour and a half. In my hometown, people are like, hey, who wants to catch up tonight? And then like people meet up like randomly. Like, I feel like in London it's really hard to be spontaneous, because number one, everyone lives super far away. Number two, anywhere you go is freaking packed. Like, unless you go somewhere that is more in the outskirts, if you go to the center, you most likely won't be able to find a good restaurant without a reservation. So you can't just, you know, show up and expect to get a table unless you want a queue. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that you can do in London without having to book or spend a lot of money. That's the other thing about London. If you want to go to nice restaurants and nice places, it usually costs quite a lot of money. However, there's also so many things that you can do for free, like even museums, and the British Museum is free. There's lots of food markets where you can also have drinks with your friends. You don't necessarily need to go to a restaurant or a pub, and these places tend to be cheaper as well. So there are other alternatives. But also something I love about London is that it's super easy to travel to and from. I think because the city is a hub for a lot of country, a lot of flights to and from London are really, really cheap. It allows me to honestly book like a weekend flight if I want to spend a long weekend away, like this. So that's it from today. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I am curious to know if you guys live in London as well and you think the same as me. So let me know in the comments if these things that I said also apply to you, or if you don't live in London, did you find this interesting? I also wanted to let you know that today I have actually posted a blog post about the cost of living in London. So if you're interested in this topic, go check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you again next time.